Yo, what's going on, gang? Today I'm covering the patch notes from Tuesday to clear up what a lot of people have been talking about with like recoil reduction on all guns. This has definitely been a big topic in terms of like multiplayer rank play in Black Ops 6. Even in Warzone, I mean, it affected everything. Zombies, multiplayer, Warzone. It says right here, we've taken comprehensive pass on weapon motion and applied reductions across the board to improve combat experience depending on the class and weapon. Our targets for these reduction ranges from 30% to 70%. It's saying players will notice far more stability while turning, moving, changing stances, firing, especially while ADS. We're committed to continually improving BO6 gunplay with focus, blah, blah. So look, basically everyone complained about how much recoil the Black Ops 6 guns had, but honestly, I wasn't mad about it. I didn't think they had crazy recoil in my opinion. But also if you're new to this channel, we memorize recoil patterns on this channel. Like if I show a meta build, I show you the exact recoil pattern so you can have virtually no recoil. So with this change, now we're looking at guns that legitimately feel like the Kilo from like Warzone 2019, like Modern Warfare 2019. These guns do not move. Like the AMAs now and rank play can be tuned completely for bullet velocity. You don't even need a foregrip because there is absolutely no recoil. So it's definitely going to change the pacing of the game entirely. A lot of these guns that were already really solid, like the GPR 91, that was a minimal recoil gun. And now we're talking about, at minimum, it received a 30% recoil reduction. That's insanity. So it just makes you wonder, like, where a lot of these guns are going to go now that they've had such a massive recoil reduction. The only gun I can think of in my head where I was like, yeah, that probably needed it was the Compact. That SMG, that had a pretty crazy recoil pattern. But right here, just to specify exactly what they did, they reduced visual recoil on all weapons, especially full auto weapons. So every single Black Ops 6 gun got a visual recoil tune. Reduced turn sway on all weapons. So basically when you would turn and your gun turns with you, if this is your player model and you're looking here and this is your weapon, when you would turn, the gun would if we turn this way, the gun would be out here and then sway back. They've reduced that, so now when you turn, it's a little more minimal rather than being way out here. Maybe it's right here and it comes back quicker, which that actually does make a big difference, especially when the movement's as fast as Omni movement. Reduced gun kick on higher magnification optics on all weapons except for snipers. 2.5x optics were the go-to at first, but now we're going to start seeing maybe 4 times kind of come in, because we never saw recoil reductions like this in Modern Warfare 2019. We used 3 times on like the Growl, the AMAX, guns like this, where like the AMAX especially had a pretty heavy recoil pattern. You're able to use 3 times on it. Well, we're talking about 30 to 75% recoil reduction. Now we're maybe getting in the ballpark of throwing 4 times, maybe even higher on some of these meta ARs in Warzone, especially when ranked comes out for the big maps, Urzikstan, Avalon, Verdansk. It's going to make all the difference. I think it's going to give everyone a fair advantage, but also it's going to let like elite players absolutely eat, which, I mean, hey, look, if you care about the game, you take the time to learn how to actually manage recoil. After this update, everything has felt mad crispy. Accusations are going to be through the wall, but I think it's extremely easy to tell when someone's like an aimbot kicks in rather than just having a really good shot. Bad players throw out accusations a lot on channels. Like my channel gets it pretty regular. Every time I upload a Warzone video, someone talks about nice aimbot or nice Cronus, whatever it may be. They just don't have like the brain capacity to check out the fact that we actually memorize recoil patterns around here. I do think it will make the difference though. They also further reduced idle sway while firing all weapons. That'll make a big impact. You'll really see that change in particular with SMGs, because you have a lot of sway when you're hip firing. If you're playing rank play, you're playing hard point, a game where you're up close trying to get things done, or you're trying to capture zone and control. You're hip firing, you're trying to turn on someone, they're sliding and diving, doing all this movement, less sway, hit more shots. That definitely gives you a little bit more of an advantage, especially if you're a movement player. That'll definitely help you out a whole lot right there. Reduced weapon motion bob, translation, additional idle sway penalties as a result of walking or changing stances. So basically, moving while firing is not going to be so aggressive anymore, which is a great thing. And then removed additional layers of hipfire deviation, which cause crosshair to bounce while firing. Basically, your crosshair is going to be a little more static, so it's not going to move as much. It's going to kind of be more fixed. So maybe it was here before, and now we're talking maybe more in this realm right here. Which I think is another great thing, because knowing where the center of your screen is massive, man. Having good camera positioning in a game like this is huge, man. You notice all these people like staring at the ground, but you really want to kind of be, you know, on this level to every player whenever you're peeking like a stairwell or like running into a building, stuff like that. You want your crosshair high so you don't ever have to waste time raising it. You can just go ahead and lock on and do your thing. Aiming idle sway delay. Let's see. The idle sway delay on all weapons now 2.2 seconds. Aiming idle sway delay on sniper rifles now fully removes idle sway rather than reducing by 50%. That's big. Target laser now improves the aiming idle sway delay to 2.9 seconds on all weapons. I mean, this is a really massive change. I think this is going to be a really good thing. If you haven't played COD in a while and you hop back on, you'll notice the difference pretty instantaneously. I mean, it's a big enough difference to notice it off rip. But listen, gang, if you're new to the channel, enjoy the content, man, hit that sub button, crush that like button. I'll catch you all tomorrow for another heater. Let's get it going.